Ranking Pikmin creatures by hotness. This includes all the enemies from 1 and 2. Hotness means a lot of things. It's dateability, loyalty, personality, but of course, beauty. Antenna Beetle is first. I know what you're gonna say. Whoa, look at that big bottom half. It's not that simple, guys. Antenna Beetle is more complicated than that. She's a type of gal where you start dating, she becomes friends with your friends, and then she breaks up with you, and what does she do? She steals all your friends, and now you're left with nobody. And that's a D tier. That's not very hot. Grub Shid. He's got a nice charm to him. He's a little chunky fella. Maybe you go on a couple dinner dates and you're like, hey, this guy's funny. He's winning you over with his nice sense of humor. But ultimately, friend zone. Beady long legs. Yeah, long legs is right. Oh, but look at those knobby knees. Look at that. Oh, I see him. Armored Cannon Beetle. You know, every baddie has a friend who looks and acts just like the Armored Cannon Beetle from Pikmin 1. You know what I mean? Right when things start getting good, she comes in and starts steamrolling the vibes. You know you've been there, D tier. The Bulbman. A hard-working mother who just cares so much for her kids, the little bubbins. I respect that. A tier. Bulborb Larva? What do I do? A node beetle. A node beetle is the type you go on a first date with them, you know, and they get there first, and they're already there with a friend. So now it's a 2 versus 1, and they're just making fun of you the whole time, just whispering things back and forth on the other side of the table. You know, always glued to their friend. That's a red flag. C tier. It's just not for me. Bulborb. You know, this might be systemic beauty standards slipping its way into my subconscious, but he's conventionally attractive, sturdy with the right amount of lean. Bumbling snitch bug. I'm afraid that would be my name if I were a Pikmin creature. I would be the bumbling bitch bug. This thing looks like it has stinky armpits. Just bad personal hygiene in general. And she doesn't know when to keep her hands to herself. D tier, respect my boundaries. Burrowing snagret. I'm afraid to even paint the picture on why I find the burrowing snagret so hot. But if you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. A tier, decorated cannon beetle. I can see why some people would be attracted to this, but it's just not for me. And maybe it's because I simply cannot satisfy a creature of this voluptuosity. Not my type. And same goes for the green one. Careening balloon bug. Yeah, I can see that you have a fun side, but you're still ugly. We could still be friends though. Cloaking burrownit. She's a little shy. But she knows just how to push your buttons in the right way. Although, rumor has it she'll pierce your heart without a second thought. But not my cloaking burrownit. My cloaking burrownit's different. A tier. Creeping chrysanthemum. Just honestly, just a terrible kisser. And just a real selfish lover in general. Doodle bug. That's what it's called. Doodle bug. It farts. It constantly is farting all the time. E tier. Let's take this seriously. Guys, dwarf bull bear. It reminds me way too much of my middle school bully who used to throw rocks at me. And I just can't unsee that, so we're putting it in E tier, kinda cringe. Dwarf Bulborb. A little on the small side, but still conventionally attractive. B tier, short king. Dwarf orange Bulborb. You can tell that this is just like the high beauty standard in this world. But this time you got keen awareness skills. You know, you're aware of your surroundings, and that's hot. B tier, Empress Bull Blacks. MILF vibes with some junk. A tier, Emperor Bull Blacks. All wrinkly and jowly. Just gilf vibes. B tier. Although I'm remembering some things. So actually, S tier. You knew it was coming. Female sheer grub. Kind of just a useless sack. B tier. Fiery blowhog. It what? To my what? A tier. Honey wisp. Angelic. Elegant. Life-giving. You know, she's a little evasive. But that's what makes it even more worthwhile when she eventually falls for you. S tier. Fiery Bull Blacks. How do I say this without being mean? a little asymmetrical. You don't get bonus hot points from being on fire. So we're putting this in B tier. Munge Dweevil. Hell no, I don't need that toxicity in my life. Or do I? B. Gatling Groink. Gatling Groink. Groink. E tier. Ultimate Grub Shido. Big, fluffy, huggable sweetheart. You can cry on their shoulder and they'll never let go. Honestly, this is marriage material, right up next to Honey Wisp. The Goolix. The Goolix, very beautiful to look at. You can get lost in her, but unfortunately, she's all looks because this fella has one brain cell, just a single cell organism. Go ahead and put you in C tier. Swooping Snitch Bug. Definitely the type of gal you can do schemes with, you know what I mean? Like you start out as friends, and then there's a person you mutually dislike, maybe a coworker. So you put in a plan to ruin this coworker's career by falsifying evidence and getting him in trouble. But then eventually the coworker gets killed. And now she doesn't even talk to you anymore. We're going to put you in B tier. Jelly Float. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with Jelly Float because she just goes around sucking anybody. You can't be doing that. Like, do you want to be in a committed relationship or you just want to have some floozy fun? Because that's what you are. Jelly Float, you're floozy, both of you. C tier. Hairy Bulborb. Look at that hair. It's beautiful. Those luscious locks. And you're pale as a ghost. S tier. Hermit Crawmad. Never leaves her comfort zone. Always wanting to stay in. Oh, let's not go anywhere. Let's just stay home. Let's just bundle up. S tier. Volatile Dweevil. You have no idea what's going to set her off. One time I said to a volatile Dweevil, "You look good today." Those are my exact words. And you know what she said? "Oh, so I look bad every other day." And guess what happened to me? Shrapnel in my brain. E tier. Yellow Wally Hop. Absolutely not. Nope. Liar, manipulator, gaslighter. Do not trust this one. It'll crush your dreams and your bones. You can never trust a Wally Hop. Albino Wally Hop. It's exactly the same as the other one, but it's pale. D tier. Watery Blowhog. S tier. I don't even know what this is. They're called Ujadani, and they appear only in Wistful Wild. Once every 30 days. 30 days! How's anyone supposed to find this guy? Assert yourself, Ujadani. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but we don't even know you, man. Male Sheargrub. You have the breadwinner attitude, my friend. We can be a thing. I'll be a stay-at-home wife. But he's a little short, so not my type. I would describe Mamuta as a flower child, a peace lover. But something tells me if he got pickles on his burger, he'll be like, "Oh, I don't like this." But he wouldn't speak up about it. He'll just not eat it. He's a pushover. Like, if you can't even speak up because you got pickles, how are you going to provide and protect? B tier. He's got a good heart and some good hands. Man at legs. I just get really off vibes from people like this. Like, is it a hobby? Is it for self-defense? Are you compensating for something? Why are you strapped up at all times? Why do you need all those guns, man? Also a little ironic that you apparently skip leg day. More like man at scrawny legs. D tier. We don't need that. This thing, E tier. Fiery little Dweevil for my fiery little spirit. And she's got these warm little legs. What am I saying? Orange Bulborb. This is the pinnacle of the guy she tells you not to worry about. She's hanging out with some guy who's just like you, but better in every single way. And he's orange. And the worst part is that's happening to you in real life right now. And if me saying that makes you anxious, then go ahead and like this video for me. Pearly Clam Clamp. Clam Clamp. That's its name. Yeah, he's pretty and wealthy, but sometimes he just snaps. B tier. I can fix him. Pellet Posy? Why is this even on the tier list? It's just a skinny stick. A tier. Pileated snagret. It's like a burrowing snagret that let himself go. D tier. Iridescent Flint Beetle. It's a little evasive, but like not in a fun way. You know, like he's just in it for the thrill of being chased. Just because you're kind of cute doesn't mean you can get away with that. So we're putting you in C tier. Puffstool. I could watch him jiggle all day. A tier. Wolpole. That's a juvenile. Iridescent Glint Beetle. Again, it's just playing hard to get, but like not in a fun way. But I can fix her. A tier. Withering Blowhog. It withers my what? Wallet. What's my what? E tier. I don't. Water Wraith. You're lying if you didn't notice this bubbly little body on this thick little man. S tier. Water Dumple. Don't let the looks deceive you. He's a really good kisser. But B tier, because you're still ugly. Toady Bloister is someone I can imagine being in a relationship with in a nightmare. Puffy Blowhog, you think I would put him pretty high up, but no. The worst morning breath and the worst awareness for it. Like, we just woke up, stop talking to me. And what is that? Hairstyle. Like, what product do you use? Trix Yogurt? Raging Long Legs. It's big, it's black, it's veiny. Also looks like it would smell like toxic waste. But we're putting you in B tier because the pros outweigh the cons. Raging Bloister. Would you rather kiss this guy or cut off all your toes and eat them in a soup? I know my answer. Unmarked Spectraliid. Why are they called that? It does have some quality of beauty. You know, this is like a girl next door vibes. But it's just not striking anything in me. But, you know, they're okay. Ravenous Whisker Pillar. I like the way it squirms. S tier. Segmented Crobster. Even if I thought he was hot, you know he'd rather spend his nights alone. I mean, look at that arm. D. This one's just called Shearwig. We ranked male and female Shearwig. So shouts out to this non-binary baddie. I don't know, B tier. Skitterleaf. It's flat. Hydro Dweevil. I know what Hydro Dweevil did. She beat up an elderly woman at a Walmart over a Stanley Cup. So that's a pass from me. A no Dweevil. What's with all these Dweevils? They're all the same. In fact, all these Dweevil ladies, they all just follow trends. Of course, the other one beat up a lady for a Stanley Cup because TikTok told her it was important. That represents all these Dweevils. But, I mean, they're all fine. They're okay, so we'll just put them in not my type. Oh, the Smokey PRG. I'm just a tortured soul. Can you hear the silence? Can you see the dark? Smokey PRG is a pick-me little emo thing. But also, like, there's something deeper. Something mysterious. I can fix her. A tier. Just, I'll try not to make her mad. Snow Dwarf Bulborb. Just short and pale. A tier. Spotty Bulbear. How can I trust her to be in a committed relationship when she can't even commit to wearing chapstick? Am I right, fellas? For real, though, I went on a date with a Spotty Bulbear girl once, and I ordered nachos as an appetizer, and I swear to you, I didn't even get a chance to eat one of those chips. D. The final one. Titan Dweevil is the type of person to pull out all your awful qualities, really turns you into the worst version of yourself, but it's intoxicating. It brings out your true self and actually lets you be free. You can't get enough of it, just like how you can't get enough of those muscular legs. S tier. And there's the full list. Wow, do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment. Just tell me what you're thinking. Leave a comment. Also, big news. I've opened up channel memberships. It's like $1 a month to get exclusive videos and special credits. A lot of those videos are kind of too controversial to publicly upload. Check out when I played Pikmin 2 Challenge Mode. That's pretty good. That's all the time I got. Leave a comment. For gosh sake.